Guys, apparently Kenya is 4th in Africa and 78th globally as the country with the best quality of life in 2025.
Yeah.
2025, we have just started.
I know we've just started, but like this must be information they had been collecting from like the past year, right?
From the past.
Yeah,
Right?
actually, it's a quality of life index that, they looked at a bunch of things in quality of life, like safety, security, climate, cost of living in like all the African countries. And Kenya came number 4. South Africa is number 1, I think.
Bro, and though I feel like we're really going through
No,
it.
it was
Kwani,
not. It
how
was-
are things out here, bro?
Was it South Africa?
Yeah.
That was number 1 in Africa.
Yeah, South
mean, that wouldn't
Africa,
surprise
South
me.
Africa, Tunisia, Morocco, and then Kenya.
Oh, wow.
Tumeshinda Nigeria.
But guys,
Okay, of course, tumeshinda Nigeria. No offense. I love you guys so
Here's
much.
my
Don't come for
question.
me.
This is my question.
Yeah.
All right?
For who?
The truth is, if you want to enjoy Kenya, right? You need money.
Facts.
Okay? If you are
Especially
broke,
Nairobi.
if you are poor, if you're hustling,
Yeah.
you will talk all the nonsense
You
about
know?
this country. But like as people who are living, they be, because we have $1 million millionaires here, right?
Yeah.
Facts. I mean, people who are living good, everything is available to you from
Yeah.
international restaurants, quality apartments and houses that you can find anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
The air, the climate is amazing, guys. Nairobi is Kenya. You can find cold, you can find beautiful beaches, not those
Yeah.
black volcanic beaches. It just ain't it. If there are rocks on the beach, don't call that a beach.
Yeah.
That is a riverbank.
So that's what I'm asking. Did they ask the common mwananchi or did they ask those who have money? Because
Like-
if they ask those who have money, why do you think Kenya is so flooded with expats? I have so many of my expats friends who have refused to leave Kenya because like life here is awesome.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
They're
if you
like they can't afford the kind of houses that they live in with the kind of space, with the kind of all the things that you've mentioned back in their European countries. It's not the same. So of course they're going to stay here.
Look, even Black Americans are moving here. And
Yeah.
I've met a lot of them who are saying, look, guys, this place is heaven.
Bro.
Right? So that's just the essence of gentrification, right? And that's just the
Fortunately or
reality.
fortunately.
Right? Shout out to Ghana, who is trying to attract everybody. First, improve the quality of life.
I saw a video that made me, rethink stories of quality of life, like what kind of life is better. Is this a city life? It's life like in shags or the countryside.
Right.
Because if you look at someone who lives in the countryside, the food that they eat is like available.
better. Yeah.
Anatoka tu nje ya nyumba kuna shamba,
Bas.
everything is there.
Yeah.
It's available. Alafu
Naenda unachinja mbuzi yako tu hapo nje.
as in kila kitu
Yeah.
is self-sustainable. Like you can actually just live life without even chomokaing your homestead
Yeah.
like a whole week, and
Yeah.
you've eaten every day, you've enjoyed yourself, and
You breathed in fresh air.
right now kama uko na Starlink, uko na internet, hata inashinda mtu ako na fiber hapa hivi Kilimani. So what actually makes life better? Is it city life, like you mentioning someone who lives like the posh
Areas,
neighborhoods, kama unaishi Riverside Drive, ama mtu mwingine mwenye anaka Tigoni uko like in your own ka house, who's actually enjoying life better?
I think there are two things that we're missing here. So quality of life also depends on access and accessibility.
Right.
So for example, there's someone who's in a shag somewhere in like Kakamega. Yeah, fine, they're living a good life, but they need AMREF. Choppers to come collect them if they want to be able
if they
to
get
access
sick.
hospitals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have all this, but then you cannot be able to access, electricity. Kenya Power don't care about you. You got to put your own solar panels, right? You don't have running water in a tap.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, these are things that can be fixed. Then the second thing you mentioned, Tigoni. Please, Tigoni is not a shags.
Niocha kwa watu.
Limuru is a shags.
Limuru.
Tigoni
Tigoni.
is not a shags. Those are two different places.
Remove it
Let's
from
get
there.
that.
But you know one thing, me when I think
Tigoni is
countryside,
Karen.
Yeah, the Karen ya Limuru.
Let me tell you. Can I tell you a fun fact?
no, if you
yeah?
compare Tigoni and Karen, like now,
No.
Karen looks like the ghetto.
So, let me tell you, yeah? Do you know... Hey, tumeanza mapema. But, I mean, it's just what it is. Tigoni was taken from Kikuyus by the white man, right?
Yeah.
That's where they settled. That's part of the White Highlands that they settled. Because Karen, Blixen had taken Karen for herself, right? The whole Karen.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point.
Yeah, it's a
the
story
whole
for another
Karen,
day.
the whole of it
Was one babe.
was one babe called Karen Blixen.
I think it was a
Right?
gift or
Danish
something from her
woman.
husband, right? Something
I
like
don't know
that.
how she got it, but
Yeah.
like she had it, right? So Tigoni is where a lot of settlers were, right? No, there's levels to this settlership. There's levels,
Yeah.
right? Closer to the PC's office, Tigoni is for rich,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as you go
Wealthy.
further,
Yeah.
hey, you are trying
Mashambani.
so you know what I'm saying?
Mashambani.
So when the white man left, the collaborators were given the land.
Collaborators are basically the sellouts.
Those were I don't want to be that person.
Let's call us paid as paid.
Let's call a spade a spade. But
The
those
sellouts.
are the ones who are the askaris,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
paramount chiefs. These
Like,
are the
mkubwa,
properties
eh,
waliwachwa nazo.
Yeah.
And so you cannot compare the quality of life in Tigoni, right, to Limuru. Tigoni.
Rimuru.
Right?
Yeah.
When anyway, that's a long story. But like, yeah, is city life better than village life? I think there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
For example, in the shags, you've mentioned you can get everything in your farm. You know how much farming you have to do
For
to
you
be
get all that.
self-sustainable,
Yeah.
right? Because, like when you look at places like settlements, like where people have decided we're going to have a commune in California, you find that you plant maize, me I'll plant beans, you plant sweet potatoes, then we'll sell to each other. But that's not what's happening in Kenya. In Kenya, people are like, unapanda, anapanda. Iko na beans.
Yeah, maybe.
Everybody's
Exactly.
pandering the same thing.
So you go to
Yeah.
a village, everybody's planting sugar cane, you're like, mutakula?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whether we've reached that place, but I think that that's where we're going, right? With people buying places and saying they're settling with their friends. For now, I think city life still rules because if you have money, and this quality of life index is also, remember, it's how can I be able to live the life that I can live in New York, in Singapore,
Right.
in Cape Town without feeling like I've shukad somewhere. And that's where
Yeah.
Nairobi keeps ranking in some of
Higher
these
and
places.
higher.
Okay,
But
I agree.
think,
And I also think like you can draw up so many pros and cons with comparing city life and village
Village
life
life,
and
yeah.
trying to figure out which one is better.
You have
Like
to
you
have a
said,
4x4 in a village.
like when you said for you to eat from your shamba, how much farming you need to do for you to go and get food. But also city life, like people are here juggling like 6 different jobs. You're doing 6 different things.
Side hustles,
so that
what?
you can be able, like on a loose weekend, for you to go and enjoy yourselves with your friends and just tell people, oh, today I'm the one who's treating you guys. Let's go meet at this place and do this. So it's a lot of things happening. And also,
But for
like,
this index, are they targeting, is this, I mean,
No, it's
they're
definitely
talking
about
to
city
the,
life.
they're talking
Yeah, it's
to the top
definitely
of the
about
top
city
yeah,
people.
so now
Yeah.
that's even where I was going because I wanted to know, like, index and everything, like how did they come up with these numbers and say that life in Kenya is better than life in all these other African countries? Did they just speak to people in like the cities, or did
Yeah, maybe
they
I'd like to
did they
know.
fanya like an overall index, like the whole country, to go on and figure out like if you move to Kenya and you move to Lodwar, like you'll have a good life as compared to Lodwar's equivalent in Nigeria. You
Yeah.
get?
See, quality of life is healthcare, accessibility. You can be able to access great internet. You have good road network, right? These things they matter,
Yeah.
right? Can I be able to have the best schools,
Yeah.
right? Can I be able to have good jobs, right? There are lots of multinationals in this country and locals, but mostly multinationals that are paying people. You've just talked about the
Yeah.
expats. Do they
Yeah.
want to live here?
No.
They even want to be paid in their foreign currency,
You know?
right? So when you put all these things together, like you've traveled. Can you compare Ghana to Kenya?
No, you can't.
Thank you. Why?
Kenya,
Everything.
I think Kenya is way better.
Yeah.
Kenya.
What when you say that, what are you saying exactly? Stable electricity,
Yeah.
Infrastructure.
right? Infrastructure.
Yeah.
When you put all those things together, you mix
Data.
them, gather them, right? And then also
Roads.
exactly.
But even our internet is actually one of the fastest. I don't want to put any, absolutes, but our internet is it's actually, I think, better than South Africa.
Yeah,
is,
and then
yeah.
there's also the issue of adaptability. The one thing that foreigners come to this country, they say it's plug and play. You don't feel like
They just
you've-
continue
Yeah,
as
you
they
don't.
were.
You don't feel like I need to learn.
Kenyanese.
I need to learn
Kenyanese.
this new language. No, it's just like Us guys were colonized. In fact, I was having a conversation with a Black American on Saturday. We met at this place. Shout out to 270 Degrees, by the way. It's a nice...
Yeah, I saw you talked nicely
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it. You must
I gave them 4 out of 5. It was only the toilet that I didn't like. I'm sorry, guys.
Otherwise, it would have been 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Just the experience was good. The food was nice. They had good cocktails. And plus, there was just some random fireworks. It's like they knew I was there.
Is that why you gave it that? I knew there had to be a catch. Like
there was-
for
the vibe was
Vox
good.
to like rank
No.
a place highly.
No, the vibe was good. I liked it. And I guess maybe the
Was the
company...
food
but
good?
Yeah. I
Okay,
had some
okay.
prawns there. They were nice. So there's this lady who was sitting next to me and she was telling me how she's from America. She was actually former Secret Service. I was like, okay, get out of here.
Wow.
Fancy.
So then she was telling me about how she first came to Tanzania. And you remember that Passport Boy was telling us the
Yeah.
same thing, that he went to Tanzania and then he came to Kenya and he realized, these guys, their colonialism worked. Yeah? They're like, wow. You can't
So
even tell that
welcome,
this is
so
an African
friendly.
country.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. She said Kenya is almost like it's not an African country. And that's nothing to be proud about, guys. Like we have been, even the neocolonialism is still working.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know how you go, like, I remember I wrote in my diary when I went to Ghana for the first time many, many years ago. And I was like, I am finally in Africa.
Stop.
No, for real. No, for real.
Even back then.
Yeah, because like
stop.
this was my first time seeing people dressed in like kente.
Yeah.
And you know, they're saying, I was like, Kwani, is there a special occasion? Is there a Rurashio?
Yeah.
Like,
Is it
no,
the president's
it's a normal
Rurashio? You know? It must be because the whole country.
Yeah.
Everyone is dressed in their...
Must be like International Kente Day. No, they're just like, no, I'm going to work. Work like that. How? What kind of work do you do? Then they say, yeah, I'm in a corporate.
Yeah.
You dress like that to work?
Yo, ebu try go
Crazy.
to a
Unaona
corporate
amevaa
office
shuka
hapo.
amejifunika
Bro,
hivi amerusha
imagine.
juu.
Na-
10 years
Anaenda
ago,
job.
imagine umeenda hapo na
Ati
kitenge.
Ankara.
Kitenge ati
Unaambia
haya
ni
come
nini
for
unavaa
job.
ukororasho?
You know, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like she said, the colonialism what? I said, girl, you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
We're
Yeah.
still neocolonialism is still
But that's
happening.
facts.
Like we
That's
said,
fa-
pros and cons.
absolutely.
Pros
Yeah.
and cons.
So, moral of the story, when it comes to quality of life index, you gotta have money for Nairobi to work for you, for Kenya to work for you.
In general, you just gotta have
Yeah,
money.
you have
It's
to have
everywhere.
money. Yeah.
Everywhere when you go.
For you to enjoy that quality of life. No.
Because SA is number one, and we can honestly say the same. You've been to SA, you've been to SA.
Yeah,
like,
you
bro,
need money,
sometimes
bro.
you forget you're not in
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah,
You're
but,
better damn
but
minute.
you see someone's
Yeah.
bum and you remember real quick. Yeah, South Africa. If it wasn't for the bums, I'd almost forget. But then I remember, you know, I see the racism, I hear the and I see the Shalabam. And then I remember this is Africa.
Shalabam.
Yeah. There's some countries, man, you can go and forget. Like, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I have a feeling if I go to Namibia, especially in a
Oh,
city
yeah.
like Windhoek, I might forget that I'm in. And I've been told there's another Germanesque
Yeah.
city towards the. I don't want to pretend like
In
I know it's the
Namibia?
north. Namibia. Do you know?
You know,
Can I
Namibia
give
is
you
the
a
most
fun fact?
expensive place to live
What do you
in
mean?
Africa. Yeah, in Africa.
Why?
Yeah, like the most expensive city.
Why?
It is Namibia. Go and check it out.
Country.
Yeah, your
Most
country.
expensive country.
Yeah,
'Cause-
is Namibia.
Me, all I know
Because of the
is,
expats that are there, like it's got tons of expats, like who actually go there.
but let's just be honest. Namibia is Germany kubwa.
Me,
Ama
I
ni
didn't know
ndogo.
this.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones who are telling
Is
me.
it 90% of the land is owned by the Germans?
9-0. 9.
Please, you guys don't come. I think
Zero.
even it's 93, 94. Yeah.
And
Were they
what
colonized by
percentage
the
of the
Germans?
land does the desert cover? Ama desert
sorry.
inakwanga ni one place peke
Desert
yake.
pia ni yao.
Walikula land
But
wakakula na
apparently,
desert.
like,
Get it.
the land equality there issue is really terrible.
Is that why?
Can someone just confirm to us the number? But I know it's a huge gap like that. It's like
Yeah.
80% or 90% is owned by the, and then 6% is left for the.
I like how you said the city. Windhoek.
Windhoek.
Mi najua
Windhoek.
najua dance Windek.
Oh my God. Maybe that's why Luis is out here looking for opportunities.
From Mozambique.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's from Mozambique.
But it's true, if you don't have money, if you don't have money,
this,
you cannot enjoy like different cities. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw someone who put out a video saying ati Zanzibar is overrated. It was
Why?
a video on TikTok. Ukiangalia hiyo video ya Zanzibar yenye alichukua. Ni kama yani hakuenda the places where you're supposed to go when you go to Zanzibar. You know that place for like Boxpod Karibu Zanzibar. He did not even make that place.
Actually,
like
yes.
ni kama ni ota.
It's 70%. German Namibians and other white farmers own 70% of Namibia's farmland. Yes. However, it's a very complex situation going on there. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mungai.
Have money to enjoy life.
Zanzibar.
Yeah.
I got some ish to say about Zanzibar.
When's the last time you were in Zanzibar? Me, I haven't been there in a minute.
3 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 2022. 22. So it's
we're in
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yes, 2.5 years ago. Actually, technically, it's 2 years because it was 2022 towards the end.
Okay.
So I decided to do a trip there. And I remember first, I booked this place and it was right by the beach. I told you this story, how the Maasais were just there watching me the whole time.
No, you didn't.
So it was a nice single unit by the beach, right? I can't remember whether it's Nungwe or it's the other side, but I think it was Nungwe sides because there's 2 sides. You get to Zanzibar, you go this way. Just the same way when you get to Diani, you go towards Galu or you go to the other side. And I don't know, I think it was Nungwe. Anyway, so I'm having a good time there. I've checked in, I put my bags, I'm solo, and I put on my bikini. And I get out there and there's just Maasai askaris. Right? You know the way they're the guards.
Yeah. Were you at a hotel or a villa?
It was a villa.
Stop.
So they were just sitting there by the beach, just watching me like this. I was like, blink.
Stop.
Blink, guys. And it was the whole time I was there. I even hollered at the owner. Turns out it was this Caucasian woman who was like somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling her, hey, these are the challenges I'm having. And she's like, no, it must be you.
What?
It was so bad. The villa also, the cooker wasn't working, the fridge. It was mad.
No.
And then we were trying to give her feedback and she's like, oh.
So you problem.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying all Zanzibar is bad, but I'm just saying that Zanzibar sometimes is not a place you should do as a solo traveler. Yeah. Especially for a babe. Because there was also this babe who shared her story like just a few months after I had gone. And she said how she checked into a hotel room. And you know, it's those villas. Yeah. Then in the middle of the night, somebody just walked into her room.
What do you mean?
Is this the same... There's another story of something happened in Nanyuki as well.
What you
Someone
think,
walked into someone's villa, adi place when walikuwa wamelala.
Hold on, like by mistake, like oops, wrong room.
No.
Ama just let themselves
Somebody was coming to her room.
Stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And he was in uniform, so it was like one of the staffs who knew that she's alone.
Okay.
You get, yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I like Zanzibar, the beach. I mean, the beach and the water.
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
That's
Tops,
best.
right?
Top.
I don't know about like my experience. The first time I stayed at a Hilton, the experience was great.
Okay.
But I wasn't alone, so maybe why.
Maybe that also helped, yeah.
But this one for you've gotten a villa somewhere and then you know the worst part. Let me tell you the worst
private
part
beach and you have 7
about
Maasais watching
Zanzibar. 1 minute you've chomoked like this from the flight and then you drive through Kibera.
Before you get to
Hilton.
the Nini.
Stop.
It is such shanty town before you get to like you could be driving and go like, where are you taking us, Bana?
No.
Or it's like,
and then it opens up to a beautiful villa.
Exactly.
Gotta thank Nairobi for the expressway, I swear. You know, like when someone has just jetted into Kenya, like after kutoka to JKI ni expressway up until like you just get
Mombasa
to the city,
Road
you don't see
wherever,
anything. Because another place that's like that, the experience that I had was in Nigeria. My first time in Nigeria.
MM2.
Way.
I was like, Kuku ni wapi? Before you get to like the
before
Lekki
you
Bridge.
get to where you're going. Yani utapita ushangae hapa hivi ni wapi. Hapa ndio Wizkid alikuwa anabeba ujue like
Guy, know my story.
It was crazy.
Okay,
man.
Nigerians, honestly, like you guys need to fight for your country.
Yeah.
How do you guys have oil? You know, us at least we can say our resource is us. We are
I
the
know,
resource.
man.
We are the resource. Like, you think it's a joke?
And we're also fighting. We're doing everything.
Mungai ran the tape.
I have signed a bilateral agreement, labor agreement with Saudi, with UAE, with Germany, with Canada, and many other countries. We are exploring possibilities. And for your information, as a result of those, what I have been doing, between now and next month, January, the first 10,000 Kenyans will be leaving to go and work in foreign countries so that they can support themselves and support Kenya, because many countries have established a strategy on how to grow their foreign exchange earnings.
Of the president telling us, nimefanya juhuda ya kutuma wewe. He's sending us to jobs in Germany.
Yeah.
He's sending us
But
to
we're
jobs.
the resources. We're being exported.
That's it.
We are being exported.
That's it. That's
Crazy.
it. Literally.
That's
It's crazy,
So,
man.
yeah, you
Thank
guys
God
need
for
to
the
fight.
expressway.
In Nigeria. Wow. You have hapo ni
Unapitia
umegonga.
the ghetto.
Umegonga.
Hadi unashangaa, we.
And then the smells. Like,
Yeah.
the guy insists on putting the AC. You're like, no, I just want to experience it. Oh, sorry.
Never mind. It's okay.
Let's use the
And
AC.
then noise
Crazy.
pollution. I thought Nairobi was bad. Lagos.
Yeah.
I was just like, how do you guys not have a headache every day on these
Do you know,
roads?
the first time I went to Lagos was in 2010.
Yeah.
And I had a really great experience. So, I just come from Big Brother and I had a big fan base. These guys walikuwa mejipanga, Shuti, shout out to you guys. And so there was also Mamas happening. I think it was the
Oh,
last
Mama
Mamas.
Awards. Yeah.
And so we were with this boy band.
Mama.
And so we were at the airport. They just say, oh, we gotta go. They were picking celebs from the airport.
Yeah.
Like, bring your passports, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, you guys have fun. So I passed through immigrations. And then I get outside. Now I stepped out of the airport like this. And there was like about 400 people with my face on the t-shirt.
Yo!
Wow.
I was overwhelmed, bro, to say the least. It was crazy.
That's insane.
And they were crying and just so excited to meet me.
Stop it.
It was so mad. And then I met the boy band. They're like, oh, this was your noise. Oh, we didn't know. We didn't knew.
We didn't knew. We didn't knew
They
it.
thought that the noise was for the guys, for mamas. Yo, mama mtaacha mazima.
They may make noise for you.
No, but it was so lovely. Then after that, got into the cars, and then I'm just like, where are we, bruv? Where is this? Oh,
Huku ni wapi? Huku ni wapi?
And then at that point, I feel like Lagos has gotten a bit calmer. Because
now?
in 2010, it was where
What was wrong with it?
it was just where
No, okay.
guys
Use
were
your words.
hawking, others are talking, shouting, screaming. I'm just like,
Alafu on top of that, generator iko hapo.
Hata huwezi sikia.
I'm like, what? You want to pay attention to this drama, but then your eyes like, no, there's another drama over here. Then I was like, okay, yeah. It was a massive culture shock. I was very culturalized, shocked.
No, but you know what? We
Culturally
yeah.
shook.
We love all
But
of you guys.
I loved it. I loved
Our
it.
entire African fan base, we
Yeah,
love you.
yeah.
Speaking of Africa, I feel like this is the best segue to bring in young, famous,
And
African.
African. First, I want to get it off my chest.
Yo.
I feel like African reality is fake.
But all reality is fake.
No. Big Brother wasn't fake.
Apart from Big Brother,
Yeah.
most of
And I
this
must
my
speak for the
lifestyle.
people who have not watched it.
We told you to watch it. Shida yako imagine.
Yeah, me in a reality shows baze.
That is a you problem.
You're allergic to reality.
You like to live in delusion like our friend Annie.
Hey! Ebu first.
Okay, sorry.
Take a moment first.
What the
Let me-
hell was this head shake?
Let me tell
First
you.
and foremost, I just want to find out how many of you have watched
Wow.
podcasts.
Because
What the?
Yo! Ebu, do your best, Annie. Let's see you. Exactly!
did hurt my back.
That's how she speaks.
What?
Swanky.
Me
Bro,
like this.
me, I'm wondering how she didn't get whiplash.
How
my
did you
guy. Nobody was there.
Have my
for
pork.
me.
You don't have my pork.
I have one question for Annie. Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? No, is she okay? No,
No.
is she normal?
This is what I think is going on in Annie's life. She needs to take up her husband's name. Two-Face.
Oh God.
Why?
You know? Not in a bad way. Because over here, she's busy talking about Zari.
You know,
Right?
at her own wedding.
Thank you. Behind her son.
My G, like the whole family. No, me, I'm fighting
She's
you.
there saying how to do the sun, blah, blah, blah. Okay, granted.
That it's true, but shut your mouth. This is not the place to talk about that.
Thank you.
Honestly, go and talk about it with your friends.
And I don't have a problem with you talking, right? But if you're talking, get ready to be. Because she's not, if you're just saying these things in your head, you know, I mean, listen, people go to people's weddings and we hear them saying
let me
shit.
cut you up real quick so
Yo, let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay, fine. So I wanted him to be able to chime
But
in.
hold
okay.
on first. When you go to someone's wedding,
Yeah.
right? When you're seated at a wedding, the reality is people are talking about you. There's nobody who's just saying, oh my God, she's
You're
an
so
angel.
beautiful.
She's just, I just think, yes, that's called your mother. Everybody else who has hung out with you is probably
They can
like,
say whatever they want.
hey, lakini Joyce ame. Gosh, you know how many guys wamempitia? Yeah. I, in fact, at some point, I never even thought she'd get married. You know, there's guys who are there just like, this guy, the estate Kifagio is the one she has decided.
Imagine.
Nobody has. Oh, you look so pretty in that dress.
So like,
Imagine-
this decor is even so cheap. But like,
Surely.
nobody is going to say it when it's actually happening.
Like your crazy aunties
You
who
know
are
what
there
I
serving
mean?
and talking shit.
Ah.
Right? But then she serves up this stuff and then she's sharing it with people at the wedding. People are hearing her.
Out loud.
Of course, they're going to take it back to the bride. And the bride now is confronting you.
Yeah.
Now, when the bride confronts you, you become the victim.
Damn.
That was her period. In fact, I gotta be honest. For a moment there, it almost looked like Annie was gonna carry the episode before Damond swim. Diamond zoomed
And
past
also,
her.
what was that whole thing at the wedding? It's like, oh, can I say something just for her to go and go? What did she
Oh
say?
I have to
What
ask
did
you.
she say?
Guys, I have to ask
No,
her a
honestly,
question.
what did she say at that wedding? Because everyone was so worried. Even me, I was worried. Just for her to go up there and mumble through.
I have a question.
Labda alisahau lines zenye
Aye.
aliambiwa, like your script.
That's what
Because I think the people
I'm
who are
telling
savage are the people like who chora the script. Because I'm so sure like they take like Annie separately and tell her this is how you're gonna behave and this
Yeah.
is what how you're gonna relate to all these other people, and then they tell the others that way because it's not at like a round table meeting where everybody anakaa hapo hivyo and then they discuss and say, so Joyce utatukana kwa box, ukitukano ukisikia tu amesema
Chime in.
that's when
That's
you
your
chime
time.
in.
That's your cue.
Yeah.
But guys,
yeah.
it almost feels like that's how it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like African reality is fake. And when I watch Young, Famous, and African, first, I want to shout out the script writers. I want to shout out our girl, I've forgotten, the Ghanaian babe who brought all this show to life. She's an amazing, I forget her name. Put her name there in the comment section. I forget her because I want to shout her out. She did a good job. But the show is so scripted. And if it's scripted, I want to shout out Annie. Because she really embraced her role. So much, like, I've never watched a
Yeah.
character and gotten so incensed.
I was actually
What
so
with her
vexed.
Yes.
Yeah, and all her other antics. But you know what?
Ama ni
I
Kizungu.
don't-
Have you ever seen someone who's trying to speak English and they're not
Even
used
when
to
she
speaking
speaks in
English?
that
She's a sharp-
pigeon
she's a sharp-
English.
Okay.
Even when she speaks in her pigeon English, she's still
It's
not,
still like this.
you know? But like, I think it's not very far off from who she really is. Because you remember Ini, there's something Ini said and I was like, aha, so
Kuna
that's who
Ani na
Annie
kuna
is.
Ini.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there's
And
Annie
Nigeria
and
is just
there's
having-
Ini.
you know
Yeah.
who's coming next?
Ini, One, you know, Ona. It could be Kikuyu there somewhere. There's something she said and she was like, but you know Annie has her demons. And this is someone who knows. And she said she knows her from the same village.
Yeah.
So that's actually who Annie is. They just played on her personality, maybe told her to amplify it, or I don't know, maybe she was drinking a bit too much on the show and that amplified like her bad behaviors. I don't know, man.
Guys, do you
but
think-
I don't think it's too far from who she actually is. May I strongly believe that is her character.
But also, you know, you're right. Because even when she was fighting with Swanky, bro, Swanky reached craziness
hey.
levels. You know? But then it could
Swanky is the guy who really knows how to dress.
Yeah.
That one,
But
yes.
then there's also, you know, why I say it's scripted, because right before someone does the craziness, they kind of mention it.
Speaking of Ini, I thought she was going to be a problem, but I love the way she carries herself. I like the way she communicates. I mean, I had seen her starting to poke fun, I think, at Kifilwe. And then that story kind of like died. But where she got me is when she stood up to Luis when it came to like the whole auditioning
Surrogacy.
for surrogates. I was like, that is women for women. That is what we like to see. She actually sat there and she said, if this is what you're doing, I will not be a part of it.
But not to digress, let's just put up. No, actually, no, we never, anything we put a pin on, we never come back.
Never
so let
come
me just
back. So let's
digress there.
finish.
This story for surrogacy, I saw how she reacted, and that's how I knew this thing is scripted, right? Because with all intents and purposes, Luis gets on my last nerve. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's where he
Yeah,
gets.
the last one.
The one,
there.
that one there in the back.
Yeah.
He gets on my last nerve.
Yeah.
Why? Because I just think, okay, he's too soft. I don't understand what is going on.
Why do you have an issue with soft men?
No, I don't. I just feel like there's so much feminine energy on the show.
But me, I like
right?
soft men.
I don't like. We can't leave Damond handling the whole masculinity on that show. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ Naked, with all intents and purposes, his girlfriend had to force him into an engagement. Like she had to literally twist him. Are you going to marry me? Are you going to marry me? You know what I
Say
mean?
you'll marry me or I break it.
Kanye had to come and tell him, nigga, you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what in the energy is going on here? Honestly, there's like enough women. There's already Annie who's carrying like 78% of the feminine energy
On her neck.
On her
Not
neck.
even on her shoulders.
It's even on her shoulders because she's coming like this.
Carrie, you should have
That's not
watched
cool.
it,
That's
but
not
we
cool.
told
Yeah,
you to watch
clearly,
it.
man.
Jack.
What if she
Looks
has a
like a
neck
lot is
problem?
happening on this show.
What if she has a neck problem?
Have you seen
She needs to
that?
get it checked. Because imagine like Bobby head here.
Yeah, for real.
Anyway, but so Luis got on
Unajua
my
si
nerves.
poa kuenjoy mtu kama ujaza.
Luis got on my
Aki, no,
That is not, that is
Ati
not
anafanya
a
hivi.
deficiency. Okay, I think that's her tell for when she's about
lying.
to lie
Or
or when
she's
she's
like
about
some
to play victim. She's like, activate.
Oh, she does.
You know, bro. Yeah,
that's
she's like,
exactly-
activate.
Honestly, that's exactly what I thought. But anyway, let's talk about surrogacy. Yes, I got the part where Ini was like hella mad or hella upset about the audition.
Yeah.
But what would you rather? Because I was checking out a documentary where they were talking about surrogacy in Kenya. Do you know how many people are using Kenya as a supermarket for babies abroad?
Facts, yeah.
As in, their babes over here in these slums, especially sex workers, they are approached. They're asked, wait, babes, mono do job. See, we hook you up. And there's like legit doctors who are doing them, right?
Yeah.
Of course, under years,
Yeah.
right? You're taken, you're put in a house,
Yeah.
right? You
9
basically
months,
9
you go
months
to
after the baby is taken,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the end of the story. You're given your cash or you're played, depending on your
They
education
take
level.
the baby and they don't give you nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never see the baby. You have attachment issues on, you know, but like there's no legal framework
None
for
at all.
surrogacy.
Doesn't
right?
exist.
So I'm glad she spoke about it, but I feel like Lucia's direction was of consensual people.
Yeah, true,
People
true.
who
Yeah,
wanted,
true,
right?
true.
They knew
Yeah.
what they were coming for.
Yeah.
I get why she wouldn't want to be a part of it, but he wasn't wrong to be able to. That's my thought. I don't think
Yeah.
he was wrong having a consensual conversation. If the
Yeah.
women had a problem with it, they'd be like, "Excuse me,"
Yeah.
right? But they
Yeah.
didn't.
The
They showed
only
up.
issue I had with all of that is now his reaction to her being upset. You know,
Yeah.
like she's already explained her journey. She has every right to feel the way she feels about it.
But she's been triggered. She's been
That's what I
triggered.
mean. She
Yeah.
has every right, and her expressing it is not the issue. The way he handled her expressing it, he's like, okay, fine, see, then you leave. I'm like, excuse me. So just say, I understand how you feel. You have every right to feel how you feel. I did not mean to trigger you. It's okay. You can step away from
Yeah.
this thing. Why
But
did
that's
we
what
have
I-
to do
I wanna-
like the
I wanna ask-
fine, just leave.
I want to
That's what I'm
ask
saying.
what
No.
happened that actually got her there, but najua mtasema ni what
Wait,
show.
what show?
As in,
Watch the show.
Jesus
Who told you
Christ.
not to watch the show? See, I told you to watch the show before we do this episode.
Hey, see that?
See, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a lot of feminine energy on the show because the way Luis handled that situation, actually, literally, the only men there on that episode are Shakib and Damond. East Africans, oh yeah!
Oh
Let me tell you,
Shakiba
right now,
Nongeanga.
Shakib, it doesn't matter whether he speaks.
Yeah.
Okay? He was given a shitty script
Yeah,
for
but-
sure. Like, I'm sure he's more than just Diamond jealousing.
You
right?
know?
But when you saw that part where, guys, I think we all of us who watched the episode, we saw Kefilu realizing that we're on episode 8.
That's
and
because
I don't have a storyline.
I need my paycheck
might
for
not
next
be brought
season.
back. You know what? You saw what they did to Bonang. Huh? So, you know what I'm saying, right? So the babe just woke up out of nowhere. And I already saw her from episode 1. I'm like, this babe, she's going to try and fight with Zari. I think she's like, you know, when there's a queen, you gotta try and kill the queen to be the queen.
Yeah.
So she comes at Zari left. Zari is like, girl, Shakib, activate.
Do you know
babe
that
went to
drink
pour
did not touch Zari?
Shakib is just airbended. He airbended the situation. He's like, return to glass.
For real.
Saved the glass. Like, not even a drop.
Was on Zari.
did not
And she
flinch.
didn't move.
She didn't even flinch at it. She was just smiling like...
Because she was like, give me a drink.
I was even like, what in the movie world is going on? This babe, I get it. I get a younger man with muscles, 6-pack, handsome. This one will fight
And
for
can
you.
airbend.
Not those guys, and they can airbend. Not those, because he literally went to her,
Yeah.
the girl who was trying to attack Zari,
Yeah.
and he held her. Like, please stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, he protected his
His
woman.
wife.
And I want to challenge all those men. You have a feisty woman, or you have a woman who people like feisting over.
Be prepared.
Right? They like fighting. And then you are that one for like, I cannot get involved where 2 women. You first shut up. Learn from Shakib. You must protect your woman. Protect her.
Yeah,
Whatever,
facts.
even if she's the one who has done what.
Yeah, you
Protect
need to
first.
be there because some shit is about to go down.
And
Always.
then they can, because later, see, there was, that season ended. But I know the next season, if Kefilo has secured herself.
Yeah, season 4.
Season 4,
Yeah,
for sure. But I was very worried she wasn't coming back.
There's someone who said in my comments that they were advocating for me to be in season 4, but now I have beef with Annie. I don't have beef with Annie.
You'll be
There's
perfect.
nothing. The video I posted, the TikTok or Instagram, wherever you saw that video, it's facts. Am I making fun of anyone? Is that not what she
Honestly,
does?
girl, like,
All I did was just imitate what I saw. I'm an actress
let's
also.
imagine her and I'll be Swanky, you be Annie, right? Let's go. Just do your Annie, girl. I'll do my Swanky.
Swanky, you did protect
Shut up!
me.
Shut up!
You did.
Shut up! Shut up! Enough!
That's our audition for
guys.
season 4, guys.
Can we make it to season? Honestly, this show is crazy, guys. It's crazy.
No, I
Anyway,
was thoroughly entertained.
moving on. Damond
let's move on.
Platinum.
My favorite entertainer of all
See,
time.
So he's the other man on the show.
Yeah.
The only other guy.
Very
Right?
toxic.
All the other guys, honestly, there's a waiter there, so behind there. That guy's a guy.
Bro, that waiter.
That was a
Jesus
waiter.
Christ.
Yes.
Right there.
It was,
Swanky's a dude, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but like Swanky is like
He's a
Swanky's one of the
stylist.
babes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even do you notice how the guys? Have you noticed how the guys hug Swanky?
Like a babe.
Yeah.
Really?
Did you
Oh,
see
yeah?
Damond walking into the room
Oh,
and
they
picked
don't
both
do.
his hands? They picked both. He picked. Come, hug me. And then he stood up and and they hold him much. Swanky's one of the girls. Come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we love him.
We love him.
Like, we love Swanky. Yeah. Also because he can come for us.
Don't send the whole of Nigeria to us. We love you so much.
No,
Swanky.
Annie.
Annie, I don't care.
No, but imagine, funny enough, I still love Annie. I want to see her in season 4. Like, she got on my nerves, but she carries the show. But Damond Platinums, let me just tell you.
agreeing.
Yeah, girl, you should. You're first get.
Anguka
I don't know whether you should get therapy first because we're really enjoying.
She'd be perfect for Anguka Nayo,
Yeah.
bro. Annie, try.
But I don't know. I don't know about whether she should get. Do you think Annie should get therapy?
Yes.
If this stuff you're showing us is real, girl, you need to get
No,
therapy.
imagine it's real. You can't convince me.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that
Secret
great of an
totally
actress,
scripted.
to be honest.
But Damond, whose name, by the way, is a stripper name in America. Actually, it's babes who are called Diamonds. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, actually.
Yeah.
That's-
Diamond.
Anyway, we love him, Diamond. What is wrong with babes? Like, I need to understand. Like, what is it?
Fantana?
No, I need
Oh.
forget. Diamond is a character of a much larger problem, right? There's so many. How many diamonds do you know?
Facts.
Yeah, a guy who basically treats babes like they are. You know, while this one is walking
Like
out
he's
to like,
yeah.
I'ma see you, bye bye.
Please rewind and zoom in.
You know, while this one is walking
Like
out
he's
to like,
yeah.
I'ma see you, bye bye.
I'ma see you, bye bye. I'ma see you, bye bye.
What
We
did
saw
you
it.
just do?
I'm just the platinums. the ladies love me. If Zari wants me, I can get her like this. I just need to snap my finger.
Don't trigger. Now you want to trigger Shakib.
Ah, yo,
No,
stop.
honestly, that's literally what the guy
No,
said.
we love Shakib.
You know, and I'm watching this guy and I'm just like, the thing that was boring me about him, because I told you Annie almost carried the season, but then when Damond entered I was just like,
You're like, here we go.
yeah. But women, what is it about such guys that send us fighting? That send, like, Fantana knew this guy is just lying.
Bro, left, right, and center.
Like,
Unaambiwa awoni.
She's even come to a date where he's with another babe. And then the excuse is, I don't date older women.
Guys.
Vietnam.
No, guys. I see what she's dreaming about. First of all, what were the results of your poll? I remember you asking guys.
94% said hell no. Hell no. And I know the other 6% is Fantana and co. Honestly. Like, I asked guys if they found Damond attractive, and 94% said they don't see it. Like, look,
you know me, I couldn't actually chime in on that conversation because me, I've actually dated men who look like the weapons formed against me. So I don't know what I was thinking. So
do you know, I think I know what it is. I think, because I've really studied this thing. And I think Damond, remember when he said that he doesn't date older women. And that's where you need to listen. He knows that, like you see, for example, Zari. What hata afanye backflips. Maybe like one time where she's pissed at Shakib and she's just like, come here, hook me up, right? But like that one where he's controlling her, it's not possible.
Yeah.
Why? She's too mature for him.
Facts.
His games can only happen for small children. Akina Fantana, Zuchu. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as soon as he went back to TZ, he was in a club singing Namtaka Zuchu back.
bro.
You know? So
Saying he's showbiz. His entire life is just showbiz.
but like, forget about the showbiz part. They are like, this is it's a reflection
He's a representation
of
yeah.
these guys who are like that. How many times do you hear guys saying, like I saw a clip where guys were being asked, like, what's the youngest age they would date? Actually, no. This guy was saying, he was sharing and saying, 18 is not too young. 18 is not too young. And he's in his 30s.
Okay.
And he said, it's just the right age. I would date 18. And let's be honest, would you date an 18-year-old babe?
Right now, at this age.
Yeah. Guys, 18 is the actually, now I understand that legal limit was just to stop men from going lower.
Honestly.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Basically, now guys tell us that they want to date younger. And it's not that because let them not cheat you at things like at due expiring, all those things. It's very
manipulation.
Exactly. And Damond is a reflection of that manipulation society that's there. Because he's literally just sitting there telling her, first he's telling us, he knows these babes are going to watch this thing.
My guy.
Like, Fantana knows there's a Zuchu out there.
Zuchu knows the same. You know what I'm
Zuchu
like,
is out there. You think he can be doing this with someone who's his age?
and you know, he's out here giving people advice. Yeah. You know, the ladies, you have to tell them so that you make them feel special. You know, when you remove your eyeglasses like this and you look them in the eye. Bro, this advice is giving people on national, international, really. When you remove your eyes and you look them in their eyes, they will take you. Say, my guy, shut your mouth.
And these things actually work for Damond.
They do.
They work for Damond.
Yeah.
It's just like, Shore, what are you thinking about? Like, and you see, for a young girl, she's just there for like the vibes. Like, Damond is going to take her, she can tell her friends, you know who I hooked up with, Jana? This place, como sava? Ololufemi, and she's like, that guy, right? I get it. But this is like, and that's what he's looking at. Him is just like, I prey on. And I find that guys, when guys tell us they want to date younger babes, they're basically saying they don't want to settle.
And they're basically saying they want underdeveloped brains that they can play with. Basically,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
That's even where I was going. Like,
Yeah.
is it an age thing? You want someone who's not smart enough to actually
catch on to your bullshit.
Yeah, to catch on to your bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you see the same thing where people say if you want to go and get a wife that you'll stay with, you go to Shags. Because now the one from Shags, her level of figuring out your bullshit
Even
is
exposure is not the same.
And exposure is not the same as someone who's been who's lived in an urban area for them to be so savvy on things that happen over the internet. You can't call bullshit of I didn't see your phone because I think my phone has got network issues and ish like that. You can't play such bullshit with someone who knows what the games and what people do.
Honestly, I think when not Kerry, what's the youngest age you'd date?
My sister's age.
How
I
old
can't
is your
date
sister's age?
someone younger than my sister.
How old is your sister?
22.
Okay.
Joyce, what's the youngest age you can date?
The youngest I have dated is a guy who was 3 years younger than me. And the cracks started to show almost immediately. But what did I do? I stayed because I was so smart, guys. So smart. Anyway, yeah. That's probably the youngest I've done, and I would not recommend it. Shakib is there's almost 15 years there between him and Zari.
Yeah.
Shakib is 27.
Shakib, there's a child of Zuch or Zari.
Yeah,
They're age mates.
yeah.
So it's not an age thing.
No. I'm saying
be an
me for
age thing,
when
yeah.
it comes to guys, I
Okay.
can't date, and that is from my experience. And I am not coming for any woman who wants to date a younger guy. I'm just saying from my experience, it hasn't worked out great for me.
Sis,
I
no,
think
and mine was
maturity-
only 3 years.
I think maturity doesn't come with age. Like you can find someone who's like what 23, 24, and they actually reason like a 34 year.
Yeah,
Alright.
but in some aspects,
I have a
not
question.
all of
Yeah.
them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. How many 22-year-old friends do you have?
Girls,
No, friends.
friends.
You're like guys.
Aish.
Why?
Because we can't talk about the same things.
I mean, you're just contradicting exactly what you said 2 seconds ago. That
Yeah,
someone
but-
can be young but mature.
in some aspects.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I'm asking, Kerry. You see, this question, I'm asking it because when people tell us about, like, you know, the reasoning why they're okay dating an 18-year-old, they say, you know, you can find an 18-year-old who's mature. I'm like, how many 18-year-old friends do you have?
Yeah.
Like a guy, where you're just like, yo, bro, uko wapi? I'm coming to scoop you. Where? Do you have an 18-year-old friend? But you date an 18-year-old girl.
At least Muga is honest, no?
Yeah.
At least he's honest.
So I think these are the things that we need to put on the table when we're coming up with the reasons as to why. If it's just like, look, I like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, the reason why you would date someone who's younger, way younger than you, is not at immaturity. Because if maturity is what you're looking for, there's a 50-year-old babe who's much. Kwanzaa, she has a life
experience, man.
Why? That one
And-
is mature.
And I feel like some of
your
these...
level of maturity is different. What I think sometimes why you'd find someone who's young but they reason better is they have not been corrupted by experiences of people who definitely need to go for therapy. And they brought out the demons out of this person. You know, sometimes you can date or you can date or be involved with one person who would bring out the worst in you, like bring out a different version of you that you've never even imagined that you could actually turn into that person. So you get someone who's
Kerry.
let's say
Weren't you the one who was in a
or guy.
relationship recently, Paka? You had to go on the pod.
You know, right?
And so I want to hear where he's going
that
with this.
experience really changed me, right? And changed how I relate with other babes.
Yeah, but
'Cause
when we tried to tell you, you don't listen. It's okay. Lesson learned. Continue.
say tunaongea story ingine.
So would you date your age? I'm a younger.
Right now hata sijui kama nitadate.
What I'm trying to ask, yeah? You see the way you're
I
saying?
date behaviors.
You see, exactly. And let's just go back to the age thing. Because the age thing, there's what you said about she hasn't been corrupted by life, blah, blah, blah. And that's the reasoning that people are using, right? Because, and we keep saying, I feel like sometimes, like now, this Red Pill Nation, which is, by the way, on the decline, or these guys that feel like, oh, you know, babes are too empowered, right? What they mean is, my money, if I take Joyce, it will be a
won't
lot,
impress her,
right?
yeah.
But if I take an 18-year-old Maze, I just pay for a burger.
Bro, the Uber ride. Nimulipia fare.
And I buy for her an
Bus.
Infinix. My guy.
Hata si
That-
iPhone Infinix.
And I can even teach her the stingos because she hasn't learned yet. And then there's this thing that guys say, ati babes don't even ati body count. Body count. There's a babe in the UK, is it, who slept with 1,200 or is it 1,057? Run the tape. Now, just before you comment on it, I want to talk about body count, right? Do you know how guys are always stressing us that, oh, this babe has a big body count. Oh, ati 5 niggas wameingia mbele yangu, right? And I'm like, sir, Sir, we just dated. There was no sex in there. Shaming you,
But
right?
the other man has touched you.
But then
Fight you.
they hear a random babe saying, I will sleep with 1,057 guys in 12 hours. And they go and panga the line. Well, you're there standing and you're number 356 standing with the guy.
Bro,
there.
shamelessly
And you're
with your
discussing,
boy.
Yo, what do you think is
number
happening?
2.
And then the guy is coming out of there and you're
Can't
like,
hook you are number
how was it?
2.
Man,
Shit.
shit. I don't even know. I just got in a you know. Like, body count is nonsense.
Bro,
you guys
man,
you don't care about body count. You just care about owning and
Yeah,
possessing women
facts.
like property.
Facts.
And if it's not fitting your lifestyle, you know, money-wise, you don't have to step up. You want to go for the easiest thing. My question is, when the
honest with
18-year-olds, because like Gen Alpha, Gen Z are getting much smarter.
Yeah.
When this now wafungwe macho, they're even more sharper. What will you date? 5-year-olds?
No.
Am I your auntie?
Luckily, the law is there to protect them from you.
The law is, we haven't reached 2/3 gender rule. It's still guys. And there was a time they were talking about overturning the age of consent.
In Kenya?
Lowering it to 16.
In Kenya.
So can we flip the script? Yeah. What about now the young babes who like the older women? Because it's
Older men.
I mean older men. Haikuangi ati ni one-sided. It's just the men going out. Because now you're making the men sound like they are pedos, you know?
Thank
Ati
you.
No, but men
going
are-
after the youngins. The youngins are also looking up and saying, this mature guy is already established. Akona gari, akona nini. Like anaweza kunisaidia. I can call this guy and be like, I need 30K urgently, and it will be available. Lakini Brayo, who's still living with the mom, ata nini a G of airtime is a problem.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Then you can chime in.
Yes.
Imagine your daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
She turns 18.
Now you're making it personal.
Just hear me out, because everything we're discussing here is personal. Then Mungai comes and says, see, Mungai has told you he didn't mind dating an 18-year-old. What will you tell her?
Mungai ni mbaya.
Wow.
The thing
He's
that
a
guys
criminal.
always forget that
You
these
will get
are
locked up.
people's daughters.
Yeah.
The reality is men need to step up so that a babe doesn't, if you're 18 and you're craving dating a 35-year-old sis, I promise you there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I promise. Something is off. Something
Hey,
is
whatever
off.
you're looking for, like,
Okay?
find it.
Either that
Yeah.
person has groomed you, right? Or you are...
Or maybe you just like the lifestyle and just be honest with yourself. If you want to be a glorified prostitute, be honest with yourself. If you're
He's
going to
going
date these older men because they have money, be honest with yourself.
your mind frame is not the same.
Yeah.
Right? Where you the way you think, the way you reason, right? We didn't even get to discuss Bumpy and Sophia.
Oh, Sophia. Yeah.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Every time Sophia, in fact, how many mistakes did Sophia make? First, the guy was a bit too older than her. Even 11 years is a huge gap.
It's a lot.
Right? And what
Lakini our parents
Here.
you had such nini
but they were not
differences.
dating the way us guys are dating.
Yeah.
There were people
No.
involved. It was not just at you
And
and,
it was
that
a
person.
courtship, you
It was there was people around involved. Your sister, your auntie, the family knows this family.
Bro, they were
Here we're
chaperones.
talking about people who are just like going, they start the thing, rah, it becomes hot, heavy, blah, blah, blah. And then now you present it to people when things are, and then also you're hiding a lot of things that are happening behind there. But like, for me, I feel like if Sophia, the red flag was that the first escort he's taking her for an abortion. And then he conjures himself up into his life and then starts manipulating her to do things that she wouldn't do by herself. You know? So I feel, usually when I talk about age gap, I feel like that's usually the biggest challenge. That
Right.
as a young girl, you're going to, even as a young man, you're going to be manipulated to do stuff that you yourself, you might not be. And you know, an older person in your life will always be like a teacher.
Yeah.
You're going to look at them. You're going to look up at them. There's no way you can start telling someone who's older than you, to you, when you can't even respect yourself. If they're doing something disrespectful to themselves, you'll think that shit is normal.
Yeah, and at a certain age, you're always going to be impressionable, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You can't skip and have your frontal lobe develop at 18 instead of 25. You have to go through it, and that's why I was saying about the thing about maturity. Some of this maturity that we talk about, it was necessity that forced them to be like that. It was survival that forced them to be like that. You find someone who's 18 and they have to take care of their whole family, they're not going to move like regular 18-year-olds. So there's a maturity that they're going to have that most 18-year-olds don't have. But at the end of the day, they're still 18. You're still going to see the 18-year-oldness in them until they get to the point where their brain has fully developed. They're going to behave like a young adult. So honest, most of this maturity, it's for survival.
I'm not even mad at guys wanting to date younger. I just worry that, you see now, okay, now the issue is 18. And it's only because there's that, yeah? And this guy, just imagine the way he was describing. Like, have you ever asked a babe for her ID? No, but let's be honest. Have you ever asked a babe for ID?
No.
Exactly.
You can't.
You see what I'm saying? Have you ever asked a babe for ID? Okay, how would you know she's 18 and not 17 and a half?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of men who say 18...
Stop praying for the ones who look like they're borderlining 18.
But I feel like
I think the safest way, because it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell someone whether they're 18 or not, or they have an ID or not. But you can definitely tell if someone is 27. You get
exactly.
Like you can definitely.
But why not go for that one who you can tell? Rather than the one where you're just like, huyu anakaa 14, 18.
Yeah, anaweza kuwa 14
Hizo
but
matiti
anakaa
zinakaa ziko na
18,
experience, ama?
So you decide to just ignore it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is the challenge. And I know a lot of guys will come for me because they'll be like, it's primal instinct, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, you know what? There was a time it was okay to date a child.
Yeah.
It was okay to marry
It's
a
okay
9-year-old.
for child marriages to happen. Does that mean that's,
we've come so far with all these laws so that we can be able here to function. And that's why right now more than ever in the world, sexual assault on kids has skyrocketed. Right? Why? Because of this thing where your mind is telling you younger. Right? And then at you put a gate there 18. Unajua gate ka gani?
Ile fence ya nini? Ile ambao.
You know what I'm saying? As in, come on.
Like a picket one.
You know what I'm saying? At your fence, hiyo ni ya 18. Usivuke hapo. Right? And
don't cross this line.
You haven't taken steps to be able to say, okay, how will I know?
Yeah.
How will I protect myself from going to somebody who is definitely below the edge?
Yeah.
So I think that's where the problem is. And as we're talking because, we're not playing in that age group, right? But the other day, there was a WhatsApp group. Was it a Telegram group of 70,000 men talking about sexual assault? Yeah. The other day, I was telling you about how these guys were sending photos to this AI expert. So
imagine of even their children.
This is because now I know that when I'm walking on the streets or when I'm talking to people, that you could think this guy's mind is here. But he's remembering that content that's on his phone of children.
Yeah.
Right? Children that he's encountered, maybe that 16-year-old in the estate. I saw this mother talking about how she's so scared. Her 14-year-old ameanza kukatiwa, right? By teenage boys who are coming up to her and they're like, yo, mom, can I talk to your daughter? Right? Have you ever approached someone's mother to say, have you ever approached someone's mother to say, hey, I want to talk to your daughter?
Can I talk to your daughter? Are you insane?
You do chini virus?
Yeah, you just wait for them to be nini. When you're kids, you just wait for an opportunity where you're alone, and then that's when you start talking to this girl.
Yeah. So now this Gen Z are different, man. I don't know, it's Gen Alpha.
Do you know there was even
can I talk to your daughter?
There was a prison warden who was talking about her experience in the...
But that's respectable.
In the...
I love that.
Yeah.
What's it called? The pedophile cell. Because pedophiles are usually put different from the gen pop because even murderers will kill pedophiles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I might have killed a man, but I did not touch a child. Like they have to be put in their own cell block or else everyone else will literally try and kill them. Whether they've committed murder or whatever heinous act, pedos are not liked by anybody. So they're usually in their own cell block. And this lady was explaining how she's a prison warden there. And she was like, she never once felt unsafe catering to these guys.
Yeah.
They were polite. They said, good morning, madam. How was your day? How was this? How was that? And that's when now she started getting the eerie feeling of like, now I see how they can be such predators.
Yeah.
They're so disarming. You know, though you can go to like Gen Pop and see someone who's killed someone is like, yeah, you look like you have a couple of bodies on you. They have that aggressiveness, they have all of that. She was like, she never felt physically, she never felt unsafe. But once she saw their rap sheets and the things they had done to God knows how many children, like it literally sent chills down her spine. So it's what you're saying. You could be talking to like the nicest person ever, but you have up here, you have no idea what the hell is going on.
But then speaking of prison, now that you brought it up, there's this. Did you see the story of this UK prison warden? This babe, she was arrested. Why?
For?
She was giving it up. She even recorded it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh
Like she
yeah.
was married, right?
Oh,
Prisoner
yes.
recorded
Oh,
that
God.
stuff.
Yeah.
Recorded it, and she was there, like in the prison. And then I saw the judge reading that case. Then he was like, "Ati, it was 6 minutes of craziness, all sorts of styles."
No, he didn't. Is that what he said?
Yeah, talking about the video that
because
you saw.
he has to. He's giving a judgment. It's just like, you've shamed this. No. I'm just like, okay. Is it because look?
No, there's another one who even got pregnant, and I think they had a fight with another.
But they say that the place where you meet the love of your life is in your workplace. Like the more like you need to be looking at your workplace.
So if you're a prison warden, you need to start looking at the prisoners.
Imagine. See, she's at her workplace. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
this babe was married.
Think about it. Like, you spend more time with your work colleagues than your
Than
person.
your
Than your person.
So you're there, you're like, yo,
Na venye watu
Jonte.
wanakuanga wameunga kila siku
Jonte.
gym,
Oh,
nini,
Stop
what
being
nini.
that
Wanainua
six pack over
mawe.
there. And then, he can be telling you something like, maybe you've
Uko na Jonte ako na kitambi hapa kwa nyumba.
chomoka at the house, Jonte has talked to you trash. Then you get there like Jonte 2. Okay, need to find
Use
another name.
another name.
Voke is there just
Brayo.
telling you like, yo, what's up,
Brayo.
shorty? Shut up, oh, you want to hurt me? I want to hurt you too. You're like, don't be talking to me like that. Like, before you know it, even you
stop
can't
talking
be
to
mad.
me like
You can't be mad at each other now. Everything you need is like, you.
Like,
I'll
stop.
come in there. Come.
Come in
Now.
now.
In here. The next thing you know, she's over there manic. How did they? Anyway, do you think this is happening in Kenya prison? I don't think so.
Me, I think it is.
No, listen.
Ai,
hear me
umeona
out.
prison ward si kwa ubaya.
Hapana. That's really where you've gone.
Si ndio.
It's not the prison itself, the environment. Please tell me where I'm catching strokes in this godforsaken place.
Not catching
You never
strokes.
know
There
the
is
type
like-
of life, the type of life that
My guy, let me tell you.
you go through.
You did not just say
And
catching
you spend
Strokes, bro. Strokes.
you spend most of your
Get
time.
those strokes. Bruh. No,
Yo.
think about it. We just spoke about quality of life at the beginning of this episode,
Yeah.
right? In Nairobi, the quality of life is only good in prison if you have money. Let me tell you, I just want to remind you again and again.
It's always
in
about
Kenya,
money.
It's always about money.
Facts.
Right? There's a different prison for like these political guys or like business people. They don't sit there with you, 100 of you in a cell.
Yeah.
Right? But then the rest of you guys, you do double decker, you sleep on top of each other, but there's no bed.
See ile time. Ile time. Took me a while. Ile time all the other prisoners wametoka wameenda nje, si ndio mmebaki tena peke yenu.
Nakula modoko ya last year.
Niko so sure there's
actually
a prison warden mahali, yani prison warden babe anaitwa wardress.
I don't know, warden.
Yeah, warden. Yeah, prison warden mahali anaangalia Joey ya kutoa.
Oh shit, Joey is in prison.
Joey is in prison.
Yeah, oh my God, how we forget.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure that one is being given strokes, bro.
Being given.
But-
Yeah. He's receiving.
But you're trying to say is the bottom. It's
No,
not
I
there.
mean, what am I saying?
Kwa
Sorry.
double decker.
There's a babe there. Yeah, things are thick there. Now you tell me ati you're kulang, ati she's like, ati Wex. Where? Nani? You've pointed at 50 people just doing this. See, wewe na hiyo kichwa yako kubwa, Mondi.
Toka.
Toka
Huyo
hiyo
ako
kichwa
chini
yako
yako.
kubwa. And then Even where you're catching the stroke. Someone is taking a crap in the bucket there at the corners. You are, come on, you have to love yourself.
Cell na prison ni different. I think prison wanakuanga wako na choo, wako na bafu.
You're not hearing me.
Cell ndio bucket.
But even the conditions za prison pia. Me, I had a friend who was working
kupeleka kwa nyumba yake. Nini prison warders
Have you ever seen nyumba ya prison warder?
It's better than the cell.
Kale mabati
it's better than the cell. Joy anaambiwa leo unakuja kupika ugali kwangu.
You've never seen the Langata there. You've seen them there at the police station. There in Langata police station. Those hexagonal huts, the mabati ones. Hexagonal. That's where the gono is going on.
Hexagonal.
6 of you have been webward there. Wacha tu. Unashanga ati tunaenda kukata nyasi. You're going to trim the hedge.
No, me, I had a friend who was doing a project with a committee. Bro, that place, it's...
No.
Even
Trust
on
me.
his worst enemy,
You'd be
not
dished.
wish
You know
that. Ati he'd be what?
You'd be dished.
Si tena na pussycat.
Bro, unafikiri ana picha yako?
Tanywele. Hang hapo kwa nini?
Jonte hapo kuna nini?
Nafikiria nitenda hapo na pussycat na earrings.
Wewe si yule chali wa radio. Wewe kwanza uni wangu.
So mtu asiguze.
Mtu asiguze.
Siguze Morema.
Nakupandilia. Sa. You'll remember never to do crime. Never do crime. Boys,
do crime,
girls,
bro.
never do crime. But here girls ones.
You shit your pants every day. They won't need you.
What are you saying, shit your pants? You shit there in the corner, in the bucket. And then you take it outside. This one,
najaribu kufikiri kufanya kitu yani
see movie. So it's not the
not Prison Break, bro.
It's not Prison Break, please.
This is not orange
It's
color black
existence.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, I think I would survive prison, like the right kind of.
You'd
prison.
be dished.
No. I would like bully people.
Joyce, I don't know what you think you are carrying on here, right? Unless you act crazy.
That's my whole shtick. I'm just gonna be pulling an Annie like the whole
someone
time.
will still dish you. You'll be bullied back, that shit will disappear. There's a babe who I interviewed.
No, me, I'll be the one bullying.
There's a babe I interviewed. In fact, I need to bring her on this podcast. She was a teller at a bank.
Anyway.
She was a teller at a bank, right? And then somebody wekelead her case, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she ended up taking the fall for money portraying in the bank, right? Her story's on YouTube, and I think she's even been on Lynn Ngugi's show.
Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward, she served time. Man, she served time in prison, right? And she was talking about the prison. Joyce, from everybody I've heard from, and I want to big up, what's this guy called? There's a channel, I'm going to share it here on the Mungai will put it. They basically, Crime Sipoa, right? They go around trying to rehabilitate, because the guy who set up Crime Sipoa also has a very crazy story. He was working at the murder of his wife.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a crazy story. It's a crazy
and
story.
Then they keep
spent,
you in remand
15 years
for
or something
so
like that.
long
It's
before
such
your
a crazy
case
story.
is hard. It's not great.
And what, from everything I hear about prison, especially for guys, of course, but for babes, you go there with, like, I'm innocent. Yeah? Let me tell you,
doesn't matter.
There's only one. Everybody is the same. It doesn't matter whether you've come from Mungai. What's this place? Modaiga. Karen. I'm from Kibra.
Yeah.
By the time they're done with you, they're going to break your spirit.
Yeah.
They're going to break, as in, you have to decide how long you want that process to be.
Yeah.
But I bet
the quicker you get there,
they will break your spirit. So if you have come there to Sijui, you're going to pretend to do what? Is Schofield?
Yeah.
This is not a
not
Sijui. I have a tattoo in my body, but we're going to dig. This is not it, bro.
Yeah.
It's not it. They are going to break your spirit. So it's better you just go there and say, Nimefanya. Let me serve my time and get out of here.
Please, yeah.
And I'm not preparing you for prison. In fact, if you're watching this and you're supposed to be going to prison soon, anyway, at least you have
don't do crime,
where
please. don't do crime.
You'll never be
because
lonely.
it honestly did a number on my friend. He even had to quit that project. He was like, I can't even imagine the people who are actually in the prison. And he was only doing a project for the prison.
Yeah.
And he did it for a few months. He was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. That energy is actually going to drive me insane.
Yeah. And everybody in
even
prison
a
is innocent.
He lasted longer than the therapist who was supposed to be tending to all of them with their issues. Even the therapist herself was like, nah, bruh, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad because he was in committee.
So you just
if
know
you
you'll
think
be
it's
dished,
better,
bro.
it's
Yeah.
not. So just
know,
don't do crime.
Be given committee.
You can do fraud.
Committee.
I'll bring you into my fraud plans. I have a contingency.
Hey there, like, so just imagine Joey right now. Joey right now is in prison.
Guy, me, I don't know how he's surviving there. There is
But-
Mr. Pretty Boy.
I hear he used to see, he knows how to fight. Nini. It's like,
You're going to fight all those niggas
see, you just need
who
to.
have committed heinous
No.
crimes?
What were we talking about? This babe who picked a fight with Zari until Shakiba come Nini. You go and pick the head
A fight
honcho.
with the...
You
This
fight
is
that
not
person.
the movies,
You fight that person.
This is not the movies.
You know, let me tell you.
Kerry.
You first. Let me
It
tell you.
always works
Nah,
every
bro.
time. The movies work with psychology.
Kerry.
Unapigana na huyo boss. Ukisha
Nasa
piga
ukipigwa
boss.
ni hivyo. You
Hawezi
become the
pigwa.
smallest in that whatever.
Do you know what? Let me tell you.
Ukipigwa ni shida.
Hey,
Kerry.
Hawezi pigwa lakini.
you're worse off than when
Si
you
wewe
came
ni
in.
nini special forces.
Me, I'll see you first. You'll be dished. And then the next day you'll be over there.
Mapangale.
Nakupigia kutoka Safaricom. You're over there ati mtoto ameanguka kwa kisima. You've been given a day job.
Nitumie kwa hii namba.
Night you have another night shift. Yeah.
Nitumie kwa hii namba.
Guys, listen.
Because you with your voice, they'll probably tell you to use your voice to call people.
Ati,
habari yako.
kama si wewe unakuanga msee wa redio,
Utakuja.
my girlfriend.
Yo, speaking of which, guys, I didn't tell you the wildest story I've seen. We've just talked about prison, I've remembered. So there's this talk about a series of unfortunate events. Okay, have you ever seen these baby mamas who have like a bunch of kids from like different baby fathers, and you're wondering what's the story there?
Who says baby fathers?
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
baby
See, it's
daddies.
Baby daddies. Okay, fine.
Fathers.
Baby
Let's call them
daddies.
fathers.
Baby
Sperm
fathers.
donors. Okay, no, baby daddies. So this babe decided she's going to share her story, right? And
That's
Anyway.
not all she shared though.
hey. So she has 6 children from 5 different men. Okay. Baby daddy, I think number 1 transitioned
Into a woman.
and wants nothing to do
Run the
with
tape.
Everybody keep asking me about where's my 6 kids daddy at. Let me let y'all know. My first baby daddy, which was my first love, and he has transitioned from Tony to Tracy. And he is now living in Atlanta, Georgia, dressed fully as a female. And he does not want to have anything to do with his child. My second baby daddy was kicked in the chest by a horse. It gave him an instant heart attack and he died. My third baby daddy, just a deadbeat. I didn't know that he was married, and when I told him I was pregnant, he confessed to her. My fourth baby daddy decided he wanted to fucking be a pirate and go rob the boat freights and shit like that. So he is now serving 20 years. And my last 2 kids have the same father, and he is 72 years old, living in a nursing home with dementia.
talk about a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
But me, the one that took me out, the guy who decided to become a pirate. He was like, Mogadishu, here I come. We are going to...
Me, what I want to understand
There's something
is,
wrong with this babe.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this babe. Every man,
Bro.
even
and the
nature,
story keeps
even
going
nature
more
took one.
left.
This guy got kicked by a horse and he died.
Horse.
But me, I want to ask, like, guys, you guys are missing all the points. Because I think God is trying to use this, like when God is trying to show you, stop, but you're not listening.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, hosta! Maybe this one
Maybe this will...
You
he
know,
was like,
and
she was
she's
like,
still
no.
like, no, I need to move on and find another
Yeah,
man.
she's like, God, give me a sign. He died.
My question is, after you've had like 3 kids, right? With 2 different baby daddies, 3 different, right? That's not where you say, I think maybe I need to pause on kids. Let me now just marry for fun.
Yeah.
Let me
Or
marry
just
for
how about I take care of the
partnership,
kids that I have,
right? Because it's like those women who think that giving someone a baby will keep them, right? And she doesn't know that the forces of the universe are not trying to keep this man near her.
How are you expecting to keep someone who's on his deathbed with dementia? know how you expect you to keep
like
him?
how you first
Even God himself wants to take him. You can't keep him.
like yeah.
As in-
Also, someone was did he get the dementia before?
Before, after.
Because if it's after, I'm just like, sis, you are advantaged that man.
There should be laws against this.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
you can marry
You took
someone who's
advantage,
going through a
that's a
condition like that.
disability,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like you ingia madhare there and then you scare to one of your patients who has like, you know, like has really
Dementia.
I don't even know.
Progressed.
The one where they don't know where they are.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
they
don't even know their name.
Expecting. Expecting what? How?
A package? I don't know.
You know you took advantage of that
Yeah,
person.
facts.
And guys, let's flip it.
Yeah.
If it was how was the dementia, right? And then the guy
guy.
said that we are expecting. What would guys say?
Criminal offense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This guy is
Criminal
psycho.
offense.
I'm just no. This girl there's something with her.
Jail. Immediately. Jail.
Yeah.
So did he get I want to understand. Did he get the dementia?
We
before
need
after?
more of that story, to be honest. We actually need more of that
But then
story.
also no, we don't need sis. This part after you've told us now the story, because I know there's somebody who has seen and is just like, yo, I'd love to impregnate this one, right? Sis, you need to no more babies, no more. Like
How about it? You
no,
know what I mean?
but I've realized with Black Americans, I don't know whether they are really trying to repopulate the earth. I mean, they need to relax. Africa is doing our part. Where we got
got
this.
you.
We got this. They're saying that did you see that Sero by 2050, is it? Or 20 what? 50. They're saying that Africa will have 80% of the world's poverty population.
Yo.
And we will be almost half the 2100 will be almost half the population of the world will be coming from Africa.
And we still have the resources.
I think they're
Same,
planning to
same.
steal all of them by
take all of them.
2050. By 2050, they should be like, wait, tufunge kitu by 2050.
No, but by 2050, white people will be the minorities.
No, even now they are.
They are?
Yeah.
Why does that kind of make me happy?
You
They just
think
have money.
China. Let's count China.
Peke yake.
No, we have
It's
not
okay.
finished
Like,
counting.
end it there. Yeah.
Not finished counting.
Case closed. I think
Yeah.
you can even finish
All
the
right.
episode there. It's
India.
okay.
India.
It's okay.
Another?
It's
1
okay.
billion. Come
It's
on.
okay. And then now Africa.
Right? And we haven't even counted the ones that we have loaned to other countries.
We've exported.
When you
jobs.
transfer,
Yeah.
we have given loan on loan, right? So you just do those stats and start thinking. Like, I think it's because of the jobs. We were talking about AI and the kind of things that us guys are studying for compared to what the world should be preparing for. AI is coming for those jobs, and I feel like Africa, we're gonna get caught flat-footed. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because
if we're
already
not
in 5 years'
careful.
time, you were telling us a story about AI.
Yeah, actually, there's a report that came out. It's very, very long, but there's a TikTok.
Run the tape.
So this is the Future of Jobs report that just came out, and it details just how much the global economy is going to change by 2030. And I wanted to show you how to best prepare for this massive change that's about to come. So let's take a look at some of the key findings and trends. So the first is 41% of employers across the globe have plans to replace you with AI. In fact, 92 million jobs are expected to be displaced. But this is the cycle of innovation. 170 million new jobs will be created. So what do you do to future-proof yourself? Well, the report lists the fastest and largest growing jobs by 2030 and the fastest and largest declining jobs by 2030. So really the name of the game here is to upskill. These are going to be the most in-demand skills by 2030. Most of these things I talk about nonstop on this channel, so you might want to tune in. And this is important because 59% of you will require upskilling by 2030 if you want to remain competitive. Now, this is a 290-page report. It goes into great macroeconomic and geopolitical detail, but the major theme is that rapid technological advancement is going to have a massive impact. Again, the next 5 years, we're going to see extraordinary change. So I implore you, again, to take a look at this list of skills and get serious about them because continuous learning and adaptability is going to be critical.
Basically, 59% of all of us will be jobless in the next 5 years. Do you know how near 5 years is? Like 5 years is a very short time, guys.
Yeah.
So if you don't, one, upskill, two, they need to change how they're testing the children who are already in school because it's putting them at a disadvantage.
We have just built classes for CBC. What you talking about, girl?
Because you're putting these kids at a disadvantage. You can't be testing them the same way you tested us or the same way you tested our parents.
But
Because the world that they're walking into is going to change. And there's even a guy who said it on TikTok and parents were like, up
Run
in
the
arms.
tape.
All right, You've got me on back-to-back videos, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Parents out here panicking, being like, all right, Tony, you've told us that grades don't matter, AI is everything, and you haven't told us what to do with our children. In my mind, I'd be like, oh, you guys are going to go out and research and find out what it is that is going to help you with the future of work for your kids. But I guess it's a Sunday. None of you want to do that. So here, I've done it for you. Now, I have followed this guy. I'm going to suggest that you do. He's actually pretty smart. It's a 1 minute 17 video about what the future of work is going to look like based on the World Economic Forum, I believe. It's a really good piece. If you want to know what jobs are going to be mattering and how at risk your job is, it's a good one to start. See, we go then.
So this is the Future of Jobs report that just came out, and it details just how much the global economy is going to change by 2030.
The key word here being global economy. So your job here in Kenya and any part of Africa does matter. 59% of you will require upskilling by 2030. It's 2025. You got 5 years. Just in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it.
Now, this is a 290-page report. It goes into great macroeconomic and geopolitical detail, but
go download it, go download it, go download it.
The major theme is that rapid technological advancement is going to have a massive impact. Again, the next 5 years,
let's say that again.
In the next 5 years, we're going to
just one more time.
Next 5 years, we're going to see extraordinary change. So I implore you, again, to take a look at this list of skills and get serious about them, because continuous learning and adaptability is going to be critical.
You guys always give me homework. The last 2 days, I've put up videos about how AI needs to be in schools and how a lot of the KCSE results don't matter as much in your child's future. There you have it. You can't say I didn't help. This wasn't sponsored by Java House. I just have a Java cup for my coffee and I really like it, and I've just gotten up. Hope this helps.
Parents were up in arms because he said how what your kid got in KCSE doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Because these are the jobs that they are working towards now. So whatever they got now, how they are being tested now, if they failed, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
in the next 5 years, if they upskill, they're going to be out earning all of these people who apparently are the best in top of their class with this current system. So we need to change how we are teaching and how we are testing our kids, or else we're screwed. 59% is not a small
number. Was it the last
number.
episode that we were also speaking about how, 2025, they say that babes are going to they'll start having sex with robots. So as in Nikila kitu, AI inachukua kazi, robot inachukulia madem.
And I'll tell you a story about AI.
So men are about to be obsolete.
Tunasafa kabisa. Lakini I think we'll still get to find some jobs and transition into it. You remember?
Definitely.
We first had Yahoo boys, right? Now we have AI boys. In between there's something. Was it wash? After Forex. No, after Yahoo iliisha.
Silikuwa Forex.
It's Forex. Forex boys. Or fake golds. Ash Papi.
Scams.
Nini.
Bro,
next
did you
is
see?
AI boys.
Wait. Guys, pause that. Did you see Hash Papi showering someone with money from prison? No, for real. Honestly, let me tell you, I tell people they know, but they don't listen. He was in prison. His girlfriend is at an event. She's live streaming niniring with him. He's live on the call. And she's like, so now she's instructing her, shower the artist. The artist is performing. Run the tape.
Hiyo ndio inaitwa Audacity Pro Max, ama?
Me, I don't, and you know he's still got a case, but anyway.
No, is that Audacity Pro Max? Because I need that Audacity.
I don't want this kind of money because it itches. People don't know how to keep it.
Honestly.
Because even Forex guys, this is what they do. Have you ever seen someone who has gone and like Zuckerberg? Have you ever seen Zuckerberg at him
showering people with
like the most he does is taekwondo, Nini UFC. Right? And then these guys for wash.
Elon Musk doing it. Forex, they go in and throw my cash.
You take a spaceship, you get two peanuts. You know,
I've got the biggest peanuts.
Elon Musk should do that. Make it rain the whole world.
Yeah, but you don't see them doing stuff like that. But people who do, like when you see someone doing these things in the club or whatever, just illegal.
You were saying?
AI boys. Yes, you didn't see the guy who conned this babe. This babe thought that she was dating Brad Pitt. Kumbe she was dating AI. Alikuwa nakatiwa na AI bana. Mse alienda kachukua picha ya Brad Pitt, just as in kabisa, and this babe was even having video calls, getting poetic messages and whatnot. And she was a newly divorced babe, and then her ex-husband gave her I think 797 million.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, and then throughout the whole
Kenya
thing.
shillings.
Yeah, Kenya shillings throughout. No, dollars.
Dollars.
She had
Dollars.
She had
She was called-
$797 million. No,
Thousand.
Okay,
yeah, $797,000.
Dollars. Okay, that's a lot of
aliachiwa.
money in Kenya shillings.
This babe was called 850,000 USD by
Swati
an
aliachiwa.
AI Brad Pitt that she thought Brad Pitt was going through something, and Brad Pitt was losing money off of the divorce with Angelina Jolie. Alafu, even to a point by the Uyu AI Brad Pitt went to hospital. He was sick, needed some money. The chick went on and sent cash. It was only while she was, I think, on TV or something.
She's seeing
akaona the real Brad Pitt kwa red carpet.
with a new girlfriend.
With a new girlfriend.
Yeah, but guys,
That's when she realized,
me, I know who it is.
oh, what's going on?
I know who stole from her. Now, before you say it's Nigerians, because nobody beats.
It's AI boys.
No, it's not Nigerians, and I promise you, it's not Indians. Even if they are the first suspect, they are the biggest number of conmen in this world. It has to be Indians, but it's not Indians.
Liberia.
No, bro, it's her husband. Now think about it. Think, guys.
But didn't he give her that money?
No. It
Yeah.
was divorce.
Oh, it was a settlement.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like, I'm getting
How
that
do you
money back, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? And then who knows you better?
I swear.
He knows you.
Why did he choose
You
one
love Brad Pitt.
You know what I mean?
One. Number two, he knows all your weaknesses.
And
He knows the
unapenda
things
poetry.
all the things he couldn't give you. You didn't do this. He's like, You didn't do that. She's over there. She's just writing. Then he's like, Bas, you tell her these things. Yeah. Just tell her. How much have we got? 850. Not yet. Continue.
Guy.
Honestly, I think it's the husband.
Unajua ni vile watu wa kamiti hawana laptop ama wako nazo? Wanaweza tengeneza AI sasa. They'll move from text messages. Text messages don't work.
I swear.
Even shows nowadays know tuma kwa hii number is a scam. But they still don't know that this is AI and this is real.
They're going to start using AI for sure.
You check your parents' WhatsApp groups, like how many things circulate there that looks like it's AI.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the other day my mom sent me something. Sis, I called her.
What did she send you?
No, she sent me. She put in the WhatsApp group there some video. You know the way like these videos are so alarming, and they know who to target.
Facebook.
And so, but then do you know that that 6% of Kenya's population is 60 and above?
6%.
Only 6%.
I mean, I knew our youth population was very high, but 6%?
That's how high it is. Yeah. So 60 and above is endangered species.
Those are the politicians.
Now the opposite of Europe, because Europe is now they that's why we're exporting our people.
They cannot compete with us, bruv.
Guy.
Like even if we talk like half of us don't want to have kids, we still have
Facts,
baby
yeah.
making machines going on. So this guy, so they target you with these wild videos to do some things. Don't put your phone. So this one was like some guy who was using his phone allegedly, and he had chomekad his whole body. So he was walking on the streets with just skin. And I don't need to look at this. Why are you guys laughing at? You're laughing at my mom. You're laughing
I'm laughing at your mom. I'm just...
You guys are laughing at my mom. You're laughing at my mom.
I'm not laughing at your mom.
She believed that.
No, there was a video. So me, I'm there, I'm looking, I'm just seeing like this body that just doesn't have skin. And I'm like, what
is this?
You know, because she was like, oh, I saw it in the group there and I had to share it with my kids because I know you guys love using your phones. I'm like, girl, as we're on the internet, right? We know things. Like by the time you're getting it, chances are we know
we already know it's fake.
Right? So you need to stop, man. But you see, the people who make these videos, you think they're targeting me. They're
And of
targeting
course
those
not,
people
because
for
you look at
Shago.
it and be like, rubbish.
First, I don't even want to see such videos. I had to
No.
tell her, yo, don't send such. She's like, I knew, but I wanted you to be safe.
Yeah.
I was like,
We know the
internet is
sites
going
to go to.
Maliza us.
Yeah.
But us guys were laughing at now our moms.
Yeah, but during the .com, in the .com era, our parents are the ones who are now telling their parents.
.com.
But that's what they called it.
Yeah.
No, like when the World Wide Web, bro, what were our parents calling
that's what
that
they
era?
called it.
No, because it's the .com era.
No, but going back to what you said,
Even
about-
the young auntie was being called .com, right?
Yeah, hey.
they were us kids were the .com kids.
Yeah.
Right? So now here's the funny part, yeah? When you were talking about the education and what us guys are learning, what these kids are learning now, they're always behind. I want you to just relax.
What?
Yeah? I want you to relax. because, I don't want your heart to be racing and panicking, because parents now are panicking, like, what the fuck should I do? I just want to remind you, even you are learning the wrong thing. The data was there that we needed to be, sisi ndio tungekuwa Elon Musk. Elon Musk Kenya alikuwa nasoma ni computer. Akina Zuckerberg were dropping out of school, out of unis. As apparently, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. Yeah. And look here, we're not struggling.
Yeah.
We're managing. Yeah. So even these kids, if all you can
see
do,
tulifanya packages like
if all your packages was late, that time Elon Musk was already creating apps.
Yeah, he was in venture number 10
he was doing,
as an adult. You know what I mean? He had lost all of it and started afresh by then.
His parents had already bought him. The computer you had in your home was doing prints. You were doing word art.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. I used to love word art and paint.
True.
Yeah. I used to love doing paint, sure.
You write your name and then it turns like this.
My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Exactly. So ukiona mtu wa CBC sahi unamchekelea ati parent
no, see what it's just that now things are evolving much faster than they did back then.
What was going on back then.
No, but now it's at
1 minute
way
your
faster.
Mother was learning typing.
That's true.
Listen, typing.
That's true.
There was something called shorthand. Right?
Yes.
The next thing
was typing.
Just like this. Boom, there was internet and computer.
Yes.
And now they were all rushing. What mtoto wako amepata nini? Mpeleke afanye ICDL. No, nataka afanye driving license. No, ICDL fast. Peleka yeye. Computer packages chwa. Don't be left behind. My mom is just there like, Sheila, why don't you want to do computer packages? Mom, I don't want. I know how to use a computer. I don't think I need to go to school to learn that shit.
Focus. I'm saying things are growing more rapidly. One, because the world is smaller. There's so much more information out there. Like, I feel like even evolution-wise, this gen, I don't know if they're going to be called gen beta. They are being born without wisdom teeth. Like the human body has evolved to a point where it's like you don't need wisdom teeth anymore. So they're not being born with them. Yeah, they're not being born with them. So they don't need them.
Chupa za soda ni plastic.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. You see the way as we have them and then they were coming out.
Joyce, wait.
Or rather, they don't have the wisdom teeth.
Joyce, wait first.
Which baby is born with teeth?
Not being born with, but they don't have wisdom teeth. Like they will not have wisdom teeth. Okay, maybe like I should explain it better. Like the structure. The structure of how the wisdom teeth are okay, that one I said it wrong. The structure of how even the wisdom teeth are supposed to be born, or rather to be grown, it's not there.
Really?
Yeah, like that's why kids are walking faster, they're sitting up faster, they're talking faster. Like there's a form of evolution that is going on.
Yeah.
Like even their bone structure is different than ours.
I feel like a lot has been said in this last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wait first.
They check the teeth that are supposed to be up here and drop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the space or if it's something like there's a way that even the way their bodies are even being structured. That's why you can find a kid is walking at 10 months.
No, bro.
Or talking at, kids are developing. These new kids are developing very quickly.
I saw one at 2
So even
months.
the structure of their skull, it won't allow for, like, it's being structured in a way where you don't even need to grow the wisdom teeth.
Evolution, like...
Yeah, it's a form of evolution. It's just not what we are used to.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine when man went from crawling to walking, it wasn't overnight. So by the time someone was like...
Adam wasn't crawling, yo. We were created in the garden.
I'm saying if you're going to look at that kind of theory, it wasn't overnight.
Yeah.
So even the man who started walking can look back and be like, people used to walk on all fours. But as we're working on, like, the structure of the human being changed for them to be able to walk straight.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to explain. Even the structure of these new kids, I guess maybe their skulls will be smaller or something. Their parts, evolution is deciding they don't need anymore. And that's why they're evolving quickly.
That's so funny you mentioned
about... There's a kid who's walking at 10 months.
Yeah, I've seen those ones. I've seen this baby who was sitting up, I think, at 2 months or some shit like that. But we... it's interesting you mentioned evolution because like every time someone asks about evolution, they're like, oh, the story, it's so weird. That shit don't make sense. And I'm like, it actually does. So for example, you know how like when you go to countries like Alaska or some parts of like, I think it's Alaska, and you see people who look Chinese.
Yeah.
Right? They look Chinese. Do you know there's no Asian in them at even adult?
Right?
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Right.
So you know the way Alaska has a lot of snow? Is it Alaska I'm talking about? Yeah, I think it's Alaska.
Alaska,
The way it has a lot of
Antarctica.
snow.
Me, I confused the two.
I'm trying to I think it's Alaska. No, Greenland. It might be Greenland. And so apparently those people are not Asians. It's Greenland. So you know the way the snow
Trump
is.
akusikie.
Snow is
Get out
the
of the country.
snow is white,
Yeah.
right? So when light reflects on the snow, it really burns the eyes. So you see, that's why when people go snowboarding, they wear these shades.
Yeah.
Zenye Kere ametuvalia hapa kwa studio na hata kuna jua.
See
Nakapitia tu ni
fashion.
green.
Ni juu
Yeah.
reflection of light.
Because he's trying. I'm blind to you, haters.
Haters.
He's actually blind for real. There, because the light has traumatized them, over time of staying there, their eyelids grew to cover that part. Right? And apparently even Chinese, their eyes evolved over time to give them that cover that they didn't need the eyelids, that they needed an actual cover. So that's evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the structure of human beings is slowly changing. It's that like now when we are being studied, when this millennia is being studied, we are going to be a form of like the old, before the new. The way we are studying before we were Homo erectus and all of that, we are going to be studied
Yeah,
the same way.
I'm
At
going to be in
least
the
they'll
same
have
bracket.
videos.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
exactly.
in the same bracket as
Homo sapien.
Yeah, be having you, eh? my lovely. Jesus Christ. And it's not like they'll remember all of us. They just said which ones to study. And I promise you from East Africa, they're going to study Diamond. Hey, guys.
But yeah, it's a whole new world out there that is about to happen. I can't wait to see how this world will look like when I'm like 80. If I
I'm
make
glad
it.
that
And AI is not being taught in CBC, so like, shit.
They're going to have to include it somehow. So that's what I meant. Like
They'll include it
we're-
too late.
We are
It'll be too
evolving
late.
at a much faster rate than back then.
guys.
Because everything is faster, more
You guys-
accessible. The world is
you guys
smaller.
are waiting for Ministry of
Things are
Education.
rapid.
In school, I'm so sure primary school and secondary school teachers don't know how to check whether an assignment has been done using ChatGPT.
Bro, me, I was telling you about a university that I
True.
briefly joined, and I realized I would rather just
You're
go
like,
and
I'm
teach
out.
myself.
You
Yeah,
realized.
facts.
I realized.
So they go to ChatGPT.
Bro,
That,
bro.
Do you want to name them? Not yet.
First. No, I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
I realized.
Can you get out?
Let's get out of here, guys. Let's get out of here.
Get out.
I think we can end it here. Up until the next episode. Wait, finally. Donald Trump.
What has Trump done now?
He's been inaugurated. Is it this morning? It was
eh,
yesterday or this morning?
Oh,
Actually,
someone said that's
still-
why TikTok came back so that everyone can see his inauguration.
Fast.
Do you
still,
remember?
Trump said the only gender that he's going to recognize is like is he, she, right? Male and female. I think kuna exception moja peke yake.
Oh, Kerry, please.
Aki kabisa. Yeah, it's a punchline. Na tunaimove kabisa.
Twende.
There's these sisters called Abigail and Brittany. Have you seen them? Yeah, they share a torso. They've got two heads. They're conjoined twins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those babes, they came on Oprah when they were toys.
I know the only
When
one
Oprah used to be on
unaweza
KTN.
kurifa ka they them. Like kabisa.
Ah, Kerry.
That's funny, right?
Kerry, get out.
But these guys are a marvel, right?
Yeah.
They're Siamese twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is that where
they've
one
got,
of them got married?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've
How
got two
crazy is that?
heads,
How crazy
one
is that?
torso, two hearts, 4 kidneys,
Yeah.
2 lungs,
One vagina.
yeah, 1 reproductory organ.
No, there's a
I was
reason.
waiting for that.
And then the one on the left controls the hand on the right. Then the one on the right controls the hand on the left. Imagine they have a driver's license. Do you know how hard it is for these 2 babes to clap?
It's not hard.
Okay, not how hard, how they have to like cooperate and
Coordinate,
work
eh.
together
Yeah.
for them to
But it's
like
because
even
they,
clap.
They live their brains, even if they have 2 separate brains, their brains works in like they can
In
tell
unison.
what they can tell what they are. Yes, they both of them have different personalities, but even as they've grown, like for example, one of them has gotten married.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then
I've looked at
the
my
other
hands
one
for so long. I'm
but me,
trying
I
to
feel like-
imagine
I
if
feel
I
like
had
the other
another.
one, the one who's not married.
Imagine
Since-
your sibling was controlling half of your nini. Si mtakosana tu daily.
But you have one body. You're
Some
one
tadu,
person.
eh.
It's not like unasema, mimi nataka kutoka hapa. Not happy. Where you going?
No, but it's different. You know, for them,
I don't feel like going on the date. Basi si ukae.
for them,
But then that guy,
they've got 2 stomachs, yeah?
Yeah.
And then
but they've one vagina.
But they have
yeah, we'll get there. They've got 2 stomachs.
I'm just telling you.
And then the one on the left.
The other one who's now when they're being shagged. That one on their Valentine, on their honeymoon. It's just like
Who
it's
is
not
the one
me, it's
who's
not
enjoying?
it's not me.
Funga macho.
It's not no, but you're shagging the vagina. I can't get shagging
me,
both of them.
honestly,
Ama?
call it childish, but I want to know how that happened.
Yeah, but no, honestly, let's respect their privacy. It's what they would wish that other would do. It's so crazy, right? It's crazy to think, man.
Unajua sister moja anaambianga sister mwingine we unasikia njaa. Like the stomach, my stomach, the one that I'd kula and my food goes is not the one that I feel that is full. So
They have
I
two
might,
stomachs.
yeah, they've got 2 stomachs.
But it all comes out in one.
Yeah, they have one asshole.
I was gonna
Huku
say
chini,
anus, but okay.
from kidneys down is 1. Hapa hivi juu is shared. Except
So what if one is lactose intolerant and the other one isn't?
They have one body. They know each other. Okay, they know each other. That's why they're
I'm just saying,
comfortable.
for example.
That's why these guys are comfortable enough to even say, "Look, you marry, do your thing." Right? They're teachers together. But from me watching both of them, I realized
imagine
that
one
there's
is
one
sleepy
dominant
and then
one.
the others.
There's a dominant one, and then there's one who, even the way they're positioned, you can tell one was like an addition. You get, as in alikwamilia huyu. So this one is like this, and the other one is
It's
almost
quite
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a very interesting story. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I
you so
want
much
to
for
they,
that.
them.
Now let's talk about they them in America, right? In TikTok. TikTok was shut down for
2 seconds.
Like 1 minute. I was like, okay, bye.
2 seconds.
You know that's Mgeni, you still kiss all the way to the gate.
2
And then you say, okay,
seconds.
bye. Okay, we're going to miss you. Okay. And then they come back. I missed my flight.
Fact, no, that's what happened.
I missed my flight. And you're
No,
like,
that's
so
what
now,
happened.
I have to stay here forever. Okay.
He came back like Jon Snow.
My guy, we had already even started practicing.
The
how
next
we're-
episode.
Huh?
We already even started putting up pictures. It's so hard.
Bro, nobody. Me, I
to
was doing
say
that. Me, I was like,
goodbye.
Shing Xiong, Kon Shing Komalo, Shokin Xiongko. I'm learning Chinese. I'm learning Mandarin, right? And you needed to say, bruv. I had already started thinking, Kenya, we could work hard and be the dominant community on this TikTok. Okay, because we're already spending a lot of time there. We start teaching our Ringo.
And we have so many Chinese
Our
here
Ringo.
anyway, so,
we can do a
you know,
Ringo. You know, like there's so many things we could have done, right? But then they came back. And then what I like about we're not mad that they're back, by the way. I like Americans and their weird conspiracies, content. They just like so many things. It's going on.
They downloaded other apps. Do you know have an
Yeah,
app
Red
here
Note.
that the guy downloaded?
Which one?
Red Note.
Lemon 8, no, and another one
So you
called
just went for
Fan-
bootleg one?
Fanbase.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Why would you weren't even part
It was
of
Red
the?
Note. It was Red Note. Download Red Note.
That's saying Lemonade as well.
What's Lemonade? Who said
Why would you download it?
Lemonade.
You want
No.
TikTok was not being banned.
It was Red
Yeah.
Note.
So
No,
why?
see, I wanted to anzisha another following somewhere.
Red Note. And SK Red Note is vibes. It's just
And
that,
I've got American friends as well.
So you can talk on
Papa Chimi
WhatsApp.
and Mama Chimi also on YouTube.
You can talk on WhatsApp if
But
you're
yeah,
that close.
they
Go.
joke for like a split sec. I'm just
Yeah.
like, bye, kwaheri, and
No,
then they're
people
back.
had even were crying.
Yeah.
You know, this is it.
There was even a burial and what, all those things. But let me just tell you,
Tikiana
guys,
Jackson.
I feel like Donald Trump is about to make so much content for podcasts. Like we'll be coming here every day and we just have topics. I feel like Trevor Noah is just like, where did I drop the Daily Show? Like, this is the time.
Someone said he's the one who brought back TikTok so that everyone can see his
Sir,
inauguration.
Of course now. Because look at it like this.
So self-centered.
Zuckerberg decided to announce that, by the way, you see all these restrictions this guys had for Facebook. We're going to drop them. We just realized that we need more masculinity on
You
these
know what I'm
platforms and in the
saying?
boardroom.
Yeah.
And customer, Zuckerberg, that seems a bit fishy. Then the next thing, this guy for Chou, not Chou, yeah? He's called something Chou. The owner of Twitter, right?
Oh.
Not Chou Challenge.
Chow challenge is which one? Okay, continue.
Don't
ask.
search.
Thanks.
Actually,
Noted.
search.
No.
Don't.
Because when you tell people, search.
No. Don't.
Search.
Don't search.
No, I won't.
search.
I won't. I don't know.
Because when you search is when you find.
If you tell me no,
Don't.
I will
It's
not.
just some naughty shit.
It's tacky.
It's naughty shit, bro. Anyway. So the TikTok guy as well, he says, us guys, we gotta go, bye, we gotta pack our bags, blah, blah.
Bye.
The next thing he's like, thank you so much, Donald Trump, for making this happen. Who was at the inauguration?
All of them.
These billionaires.
All of them.
Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, this guy for Twitter who
All of them.
wasn't who the
makes
Supreme Court had
sense.
said nope, but all of a sudden they came back. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
he's-
Supreme Court said no.
And
Anyway,
you are
I don't
at
care.
the
I'm not from America.
suspicious.
Yeah. So a few things Trump ingeared first and said, transgender, forget about
Gone.
that shit. And immediately I saw that, I asked myself, Sheila, you know the America has made Africans chomoka from that closet very fast.
Yeah.
Huh? You know, just stay in the closet sometimes. Kuchungulia unarudi. Because you never know when they
When they
not in a bad way.
decide, yeah.
Not in a bad way. Because you just imagine how many babes do you know, guys? Babe. Hey. Right?
People.
Now, people. Because now the people who gave us these terms have cancelled.
Yeah.
Right? How many of them do you know? You even go out for lunch and there's a guy who's dressed there like completely from head to toe in a dress. Complete with makeup.
Yeah.
They
Saying
made
they
this
want
stuff
to be
illegal.
sent to a
What do you
female
think is going to
prison.
happen in Africa in a bit?
Kai, please don't.
The country that used to defend these people
Okay.
Right?
has said cancelled.
has cancelled it, right? Evangelicals are going to these Christians lobbies groups are going to come to Africa and say, look, if you don't push for this stuff to end in your country, we're not giving you money.
Yeah.
Wewe unajua kama kuna kitu moja pastor anapenda ni pesa. International.
1000%.
Atajengaje kanisa ingine ndio atupatie salary
na
ingine.
kule pesa yako.
Friend, just watch this space.
Oh,
Remember
no,
where
I'm
you had it
scared.
first.
Yeah.
Here on this date, which date is it +5? That
21st.
26th, 25th, 26th, right? 24th, 20th,
Today-
20th, right?
20th.
20th, right? I'm telling you, watch
That's
this
something
space.
to think
They are
about,
coming
actually.
to Africa,
Fact.
right? So if you have a closet, I urge
Just
you, return in there.
Go
God
back.
damn it.
Just go back. You've seen that Simpsons thing where the guy run the tape like that.
Oh, when it goes into
The bush, like
Yeah.
that. Just
So
go
now
back.
let me ask you, now that he's done his second term, can he run again because it wasn't consecutive? Ama he's done?
No, he's done.
Oh, okay.
Mi
So just
nimeshindwa
checking,
kuelewa
just
lakini
checking.
huko
Okay,
like what
just
you
checking.
said, Supreme Court said no and then he goes on and brings something back.
Yeah.
You know, Trump anaweza kusema tu anataka kurun tena. I mean,
No, this is America. Unless it changes the constitution, which this is not Kenya,
Yeah,
where you can
yeah.
just wake up and say,
Chini ya
hey,
maji.
wait, fanya hivi,
Weka hii bill kwa hiyo nini?
ingieni hapo na mseme
Kila mtu 2 million.
msiite finance bill.
museme yes.
Shida tu mkileta tu dogo taxi.
Nakupatia 2 million.
You know the whole finance bill has come back in
Yeah.
different
Imagine,
taxes.
in different
Yeah.
taxes. Yeah.
So this is America is not Kenya. This is
Okay,
America. Yeah,
okay.
their constitution is a bit difficult to
To
amend.
penetrate like that.
Yeah. So if he changes, then I'll just know. Okay, honestly, America is a third world country.
No, they really are though.
Hey,
No, they really are.
Me, when I saw, have you seen that inauguration? Guys are cheering for him, like, and especially the kids. And by the way, I have another thing I'm going to tell you.
What?
He's called Corin. Who to you are Trump, their son.
Connor?
He's called Connor. No, the 18-year-old.
Oh, no.
That one is going to be a president as well. Baron Trump.
Baron, that's
Yeah,
the name.
that's his name.
Yeah.
This man, he said he did that to get the youth vote, right? And a lot of people, for me, I'm seeing are falling in love with Trump because I think he represents. A lot of people have blamed the media for being soft, being manipulated, for being not bringing a perspective, like people are just like, guess what, guys, this is happening, and then everybody reports this is happening, right? And we're leaning to one side more than keeping a balanced,
Yeah.
and that's why people like Trump are finding it
Easy
finding a good population that are coming for the way things used to work is not working for everyone, is only working for a few, right? Let's try something different. But when you look at all the people that were with Trump, at least Trump alikuja tu akatuambia the real truth. Alafu hapo na mabilionea mafriend wake.
Man.
So you just know this country is about to be for billionaires and billionaires only, right? But then he said he's going to create jobs. He should have asked us, we tell him. Even us were told. We didn't know that the jobs were in Germany. But then, as I was watching all this unfolding, from the campaigns to just everything unfolding, I'm like, if I'm studying this stuff really seriously, do you know who else is studying this? African presidents.
Okay, yeah, facts,
They have learned from the script of Trump. Number one, you can shut off TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You can use the constitution, blah, 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 and decide. And this is not America. You can
here it's
a bit different, right? You can silence your opponents by shutting off TikTok. You see, like now ours just started calling for TCG. We need offices for the social media platforms here. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And you can threaten the app by basically telling them you're not going to operate here. I mean, America is not the only country that has banned TikTok.
It's not.
India and a few other countries have. I think Kyrgyzstan or something. A few other countries
they've banned TikTok?
Yeah,
Even
there's
in
no
China,
TikTok there.
you can't search TikTok and download it. You have to
do
go
a
through.
VPN.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how true that is. Even me, I saw it. I don't know how
I
true
saw
it is.
that.
No. But then even the TikTok version that's in China is not the one us guys have.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it's about education and kind of content. Yeah, they want their kids sharp. They want you guys doing.
Yeah, bro, Mapangale killed me. Wow.
Yeah. So me, I'm just like your African presidents, because we have a lot of African people watching.
Yeah.
Just know that your African presidents, especially depending on just how dictatorship like your country is, they've read everything from the book of Trump.
Hey, bro, my guy.
Number two,
are learning.
You don't need to tell them. Before you needed to tell people like, human rights, women equality, children education. You don't need none of that. You just need to tell them let men be men. How many votes do you already have?
All the men.
Thank you.
Facts.
Number 2, we need submissive women. The pick-me's. Thank you, Charlie. Yes, we need to go back to our traditional roots. Gay? Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
That person is already president.
Yeah. Facts.
We shall
No,
win.
facts.
You've already won there.
Facts.
So I'm to watch this space. I want to watch African leaders in the next 2 years. This is how they're going to move.